want to make another video, but I had to make this video because this video is going to go out to this generation, which I don't even know what this fucking generation is. Like it's probably the normal rumor rules or whatever. See, I'm sick and tired of this generation making fun of the baby boomers, the Generation X's. I'm sick and tired of it. The millennials make fun. This generation makes fun. And this generation has the nerve to talk about relationships. This generation has a nerve to complain about women and have a nerve to talk about women in the past. Talk about women, we're doing this to the old heads, and we had to do this or do this. But see, let me tell you something, right? Even the old generation of men had to do the things they're supposed to do as a husband. You know, yes, a lot of wives had a lot of authority, because they are the women of the household. That means they make sure the house stays the way it is until her husband come home, until her children come home. She takes care of the home. But a lot of these young generation want to talk so much trash about, you know, how women were in the past, and we're not living that way today. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Y'all men are so soft in this generation. Y'all make videos of how women be snatching y'all money about y'all pocket. You got a lot of simp motherfuckers in this generation. You got a lot of young guys that's wearing all these tight clothes. I mean, I can't not even talk about the younger generation of women, because the younger generation of women are lost. Half of them don't got no father. You know what I mean? Half of the generation of males don't have no father. And they have the nerve to talk about the men of the past. Talk about, oh, you know, they did this, they did that. Women are not like what they were in the past. Today, you gotta understand, you gotta do this to get a woman, or do that to get a woman. You can't do what you used to do. How the fuck do you know what an old head can do to get a woman? Because I see a lot of these old heads talking to these younger women, and sometimes these older men don't even pay a dime. I mean, y'all running out there spending money on these females, expecting to try to get some coochie, and you know that the girl's not into you. Like, come on, man. I mean, just because we're older, because I'm 49, I'll be 50 in 2 years. Excuse me, I'll be 50 in 2 years. I mean, yeah, I had a past that I rarely talk about when it comes to females, because I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to boost my ego or anything like that, because I don't do that. But this generation likes to talk so bad about the past, and y'all were not there. We're living in this generation. The baby boomers, and also the Generation X's are living in this generation. We are watching y'all. We are laughing at y'all because what y'all are going through with the way y'all live. Y'all don't want to hardly work. Y'all be complaining on TikTok about jobs. Y'all be complaining about TikTok about money, how they taking away food stamps. We got a whole bunch of scammers. You know what I mean? We got all this bull crap that y'all going through. And this generation, like, it's horrible. You got the worst president of the United States of all time in y'all generation. You know what I mean? Y'all are going through so much crap, man. They about to probably have a nuclear war soon. So y'all are really dealing with some fucking shit. But sitting there talking about the people that actually fought wars, actual wars, like World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, actually fought some real wars. And y'all sitting up here talking trash, like, you know, we went through like them people in the past went through a lot of shit. Yes, the civil rights movement. And somebody said it ain't the civil rights movement. Yeah, of course it isn't. But y'all try to bring it back. Didn't y'all try to bring back the civil rights movement during Black Lives Matter? Wasn't that civil rights movement? Huh? Wasn't that civil rights movement? Oh, nobody wants to talk about that, right? Because you don't even hear about the motherfucking Black Lives Matter anymore. You know what I mean? At least you continue to hear about the civil rights movement. This generation loves their cell phones. I mean, you cannot ever not see one person put their cell phone down. And this is the generation that didn't even create the cell phone. Y'all didn't even create the cell phone, but y'all think it's yours. Y'all didn't create the flat screen. Y'all didn't create none of this shit. Y'all didn't create the internet. Y'all didn't create computers. Y'all didn't create laptops. Y'all sit up there and think everything is yours. You think everything is better. It's not better. It's just that, okay, you think it's better because you didn't do the things that we used to do in the past that actually we did shit. Regardless, we rode our bikes around or went out and played all fucking, we were outside all damn day. And you had to get a job at least at the age of 14. Kids are not even working at 14. They're on the internet trying to get a job through on YouTube or TikTok. Like, come on, man. They're trying to wait to try to be a sensation online. Today it's so horrible because jobs are horrible because you don't got no jobs. The job economy is bad. Y'all are doomed. Y'all want to talk about the past? At least we had jobs. Yeah, we didn't make that much money. No, we wasn't living a good life. We wasn't trying to live the good fucking life. If we were probably a drug dealer, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? But if we wasn't a drug dealer, we worked all the time. Made money every day. But that's the thing. Like, this generation talks so much shit about the generation of the past. I'll be like, yo, let's see your pay stubs. Let me show you the pay stubs of the past. Because y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all complaining and bitching about everything that's going on. That they're taking everything. Everything. They're taking everything. The older generation already knew it was going to happen. My generation already knew all this shit was going to be taken away. I mean, we didn't have to argue about it. We didn't have to fight about it. We don't complain about it. We laugh at y'all because that's all y'all do is complain. Then y'all complain about relationships. Oh, I can't find a woman. I can't find a man. Of course, y'all don't like each other. I can't use the G word because I might get canceled on here. You know what I mean? You got the T's out here. I'm not saying they didn't exist in the past, but see, one thing about it, they were hidden. You see, you got everybody complaining about something on the internet. You know what I mean? Every single thing. And even the older generation is trying to defend the new generation. You know what I mean? By telling y'all, listen, you know what I mean? We're trying to help y'all get some jobs. We're trying to help y'all get some money. But y'all scamming and shit. You got these young boys scamming and showing money all over the internet. I don't understand why y'all like showing white faces all the time, man. See, y'all talk about slavery never existed. It did because it still exists to this day because y'all keep on showing these white faces of these motherfucking currency. And y'all think it's a great thing to be flashing with Gucci and Prada. Who cares about? We already know. My generation already know who made that stuff. We know who made the Prada. We know who made the Gucci. We know who made the Mesquite. We know who made all that shit. Because that stuff was made around the time that we were young. And most of us wore that stuff. But it wasn't big name brands like Azad. That wasn't a big name. Polo wasn't even a big brand when I was around when I was young. See, y'all think just because y'all wear this stuff is a big brand. It's not. It's just that you're spending your money on expensive shit and the company's a big name, not you. It's because you wear diamonds and all that. Because I don't think people really know what a real diamond is. Because the real diamonds are in Africa. If you want to go down and get them real diamonds, you'd be paying number one. You wouldn't be able to get diamonds in Africa. For real, you wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to get them blood diamonds. You couldn't do any of that shit. See, my generation, I was born in '76, so my generation through the '80s went through the crack era, AIDS era, all different types of shit, and we fucking survived. Gangs. You talk about gangs that are happening today. It was no gangs like the gangs that we had back then. I'm just being honest. And I'm not hating on it. I'm like, I got friends that do that shit. But the thing about it is that I told them the same thing. And they actually agree with me. Because you know why? There were morals back then. You know what I mean? We didn't go out there and try to kill each other. We went out there and we went one-on-one in a park. And we shook hands right after the fight. I mean, we could be 50 deep and we go one-on-one. Because you know what? We have morals. Y'all don't have no morals. Y'all want to just start shooting as soon as y'all have opportunity to. Because y'all scared of each other. And y'all scared of each other. And y'all think jail is the perfect way of ending y'all life is in prison. Y'all sit in prison for 40 to 50 years and then y'all want to sit there and say, oh my God, I don't know why I did this. Praise the Lord. I'm opening up the Bible. I'm learning from the Bible that I should never kill 15 people. Like, come on, man. Y'all do any types of drugs that y'all want to do. See, the crack era came along. Yeah, it was crack addicts and shit like that. But that's the only little drug that we were doing until drugs started getting deeper and deeper and deeper. You start seeing the younger generation try to test every single drug they can get their hands on. You know what I mean? It's not because they want to make money, because they can't stay high. So they want to keep on doing all these different types of drugs so they can stay high. I see it all the time on my block, dog. Young kid, young guys, yo, 19, 21, in their early 30s. You don't see guys go anywhere anymore. They don't go to clubs. They talk about, oh, yeah, we talk to these women. You know why women probably don't talk to these guys? Because these women know these guys are probably not worth anything. And then the younger guys want to try to talk to the older women. And even the older women, like, yo, you got to be kidding me. Y'all, see, the thing is that made me mad, because I've seen this video talk about the older generation. You can't say crap about the older generation if you've never been there. All that you see is probably pictures, but you don't know what really happened back then. There was no punks back then. So I'm trying to tell you, it was no punks back then. Or the PUSSY. It was not, none of them back then. You can see it through the older generation now. Even the baby boomers still want to fucking knuckle. I mean, they don't believe in shooting. They believe in fighting. But see, the younger generation believe in shoot now, talk later on, because, oh, I'd rather do time in jail than that person hurt me. Yeah, but that person might not even hurt you, man. He probably want to knuckle. But you don't want to lose, because these people in this generation don't want to lose fights. I'll be right back. Pop your trunk. Like the motherfuckers going to wait there for you to come back. And then you want to say, oh, these motherfuckers are pussy. Why would a motherfucker wait to die? It don't make no sense. This generation is going to destroy the next few generations ahead of them. Now, if the next generations change and say, yo, we don't want to be like them, and have their own style, because y'all don't even have y'all own style. Y'all went back to the rock and roll era when everybody used to wear tight clothes in the rock and roll era. You know what I mean? They used to wear tight clothes in the rock and roll era. You know what I mean? And even in the disco era. Y'all brought that back. And you got guys that are so overweight, wearing tight clothes. And even girls are doing that nowadays. Wearing tight clothes that don't fit them. They got all this weave in their hair. And they always talk about how they hate other women with good hair. But how can you hate another woman with good hair? Well, black women are always born with good hair. It's just you're destroying it with chemicals. At least back then, women wore weaves. But you know what? They wore weaves on their real hair so their real hair can grow. Women will cut the living crap out their hair. Destroy their hair. The only thing I hate about my generation of women, they still want to be young. And I wish that they don't do that. I wish that they just say, okay, I'm old, whatever. Find yourself a good man and just walk down that last bit. You say you love God. God's going to see you at the end anyway, right? That's the only thing I hate about my generation of women. They still want to be young. And I don't understand why. They already been in their 20s. They already been in their teens. And they should already enjoyed their life when they were young. Even if they didn't, maybe that's the reason why. But this generation of women, I don't understand. And that's all I see in these videos. And they always talk down about the older generation. But how the hell can you talk down about the older generation where you got these women? I'm not saying it didn't happen in the past, because there were women that were gold diggers. Yes, they were. There were some big time gold digging women. But you also had the pimps. Yes, men were abusive back then, like men ain't abusive today. Like women ain't killing women ain't shooting men ain't shooting their women. That's all you hear. A man shooting his woman. In this generation, shooting them point blank. I see these videos. See, that's the funny thing about it. When my generation watch these videos and we say something, y'all get mad. Y'all want something negative to say about the person. Not talking about we're talking about the guy's house. Saying, yeah, he lived in a 4-room bedroom. I said, so half of these young generation don't have a house. Half of this generation don't have nowhere to go. They get kicked out their homes at the age of 14. They're pregnant at the age of 13. They're having like 5 or 6 kids just to try to get motherfucking welfare. What are you talking about? Or trying to get some type of Medicaid so you keep on having kids, or you're trying to get child support. Women are more of a gold digger than women back then. And the men are supporting that. And I always believe men support it. Because a lot of men talk a lot of trash about, you can't do. I said, y'all don't know nothing about women, dog. Y'all are too young to know about women. Especially older women. Because y'all are messing with younger women. Y'all are messing with older women. It's a difference. Older women grew up in a hard time than it is today, where women are getting everything placed in their hand for free. Now Trump is taking everything from women, and men is being taken advantage of, because you see a lot of men are just saying, you know what, I'm gonna try to give me some coochie. You know these women ain't giving away nothing for free. Zero. We try our best to take them out. Then we want to ask them, oh, am I going to get anything after the date? You, what the hell? That didn't even happen in the past. When you went out with a woman, you took her out, and then you spent money on her. That wasn't even the thing that you asked. Are you going to get coochie right after that? That wasn't even a thing to ask. See, men want it so bad. Then they get the woman pregnant. When they get the woman pregnant, then they disappear. I mean, on that one night stand. It's horrible. Y'all sit up there and talk bad about us, but I watch all these damn videos of this young generation and how terrible shit is going on with them. They don't think. They don't use their head. To drop it out of school. They say they don't want to work. Girl talk about she want to work for OnlyFans. Or she want to strip because she doesn't want to work no more. She want to find herself a rich man. Then you got men lying about they're rich, flashing other people's cars that have money, or they show fake money, because you can get fake money online. Flash fake money and pretend like you got money. It's funny. Like you tear out the older generation. The older generation is trying to teach y'all fucking shit, but we just gave the hell up. We don't want to teach y'all nothing anymore, because all y'all do is talk trash about us and thinking that, oh, older generation is not going to defend themselves. You out of your mind, man. Just because we didn't have the flashy PlayStation or internet or flat screen TVs, and we wasn't going out here on a phone every freaking day, a phone vengeance every day. Everything's expensive today. Remember, we lived in a time when nothing was expensive, and we didn't live in no cheap. We lived in cheap homes because everything was cheap. We didn't have to worry about rent being $7,000 to $12,000. We didn't have to worry about food being over the limited price of fruit, eggs, and vegetables being fucking high. We didn't have to worry about tariffs. We didn't have to worry about none of that shit. We didn't have to worry about our kids not going to school. Or we got our asses whipped. Maybe y'all don't like whipping y'all kids' asses because y'all think y'all kids are just like, you think they're angels, but we got our asses whipped. Even though we were angels, sometimes we still got our butts whipped, because it's called discipline. Y'all don't have no discipline no more. Y'all think going to jail is a summer vacation. Y'all can't wait to get the handcuffs on you. Y'all run from cops like the cops ain't gonna catch you. FBI ain't gonna catch you. And you know somebody gonna snitch. Because you got a lot of people that snitch today. You gotta be kidding me, man. Y'all try to say the older generation is this and this. I'm like, man, I wish y'all could go back in time and wear them tight clothes back when I was growing up. Girls walking around thinking they sassy today and thinking that will work back in the 90s or back in the 80s or even back in the early 2000s. You think that shit will work even in the 70s. I don't give a fuck. You can talk about the 70s all you want. You know what? The one thing about the 70s, without the 70s, the 2000s wouldn't be the way it is today. You got to understand, the past always repeats itself. And the thing is that y'all didn't create the internet. Y'all didn't create cell phones. All that shit, without the 90s, in 1996, the first cell phone came out. And y'all motherfuckers didn't have a cell phone. 2004, YouTube came out. And half of y'all were still babies. Like, come on, man. Come on. The first laptop came out during, I think, World War II. Or the month of Vietnam. And y'all sit up there talking about, oh, yeah, y'all have all this stuff today because of us. My generation runs this country. Remember that. The baby boomers and the baby boomers and the Generation X's run this fucking country. Y'all don't run shit. You got one young motherfucker, you guys young in office, it's probably Vince. But he's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. But we run this fucking country. Half of my generation and all the older generations are dying. Guess who's going to be running this country? My generation is going to be running this country. Y'all generation ain't running this country. That's the reason why y'all probably mad. Because we're taking everything from y'all. Y'all hate us. Y'all hate us because y'all want everything to belong to you. Y'all want everything. You want everything fucking easy. But see, my generation and the generation before us had to work for that shit. Had to go to work every fucking day. Work long periods of hours. Even get overtime. We did have overtime. Y'all have no overtime now. We used to have overtime. You know what I mean? Yeah, our cars were cheaper. We had to worry about spending like $100,000 for a car. Our gas was cheaper. Our water was cheaper. You know what I mean? Everything was cheap for us. And y'all sitting here talking about the older generation. Y'all should be like, yo, man, I wish I was living in the past. I'll be able to get an apartment. Yeah, the apartments wasn't like how the apartments today are. Of course they're not. But they were livable. And people didn't complain about the apartments because once they got an apartment, they lived there for generations. And even got a home. You got motherfuckers that's living today and this new generation don't even have a home. Y'all can't even buy a home because y'all credit's so fucked up because y'all getting 1 billion credit cards. And y'all get yourselves caught up in these school loans, or you get yourselves caught up in these freaking loans or these scams that's stealing money from y'all. And this is from the young generation. Young generation scamming younger generation. All for some white faces. The ones you say, oh, it was never no slavery in the United States. But the motherfuckers that y'all love so much are on a fucking dollar bill and the currency. Those are the motherfuckers who were slave owners. I call them white faces. But see, this is what y'all kill for. This is what y'all go to jail for. This is what y'all want to stand out there, roll money on your arm and say money is this and money is that. They don't listen, dog. Money is not everything. The only thing it does is pays your fucking bills. And half of y'all younger generation can't even spend over $10,000. Y'all can show the money off. I know y'all buying them cheap ass cars because there's no way in the world are you getting somebody else to buy a car for you that's older because you cannot buy a car if you're a certain amount of an age because they're going to, especially you can't honestly use money because they want to know where you got that money from. This ain't what DMX bought that car with a big bag of money. It don't work like that. This generation barely has credit. This generation barely has jobs, dog. Y'all running around looking for a job, crying on TikTok that they let me go. Of course they let you go because the economy is trash, and the economy will always be trash because number one, this generation don't want to work at all. All they want to do is sit online, play video games all day, and hoping they become an internet sensation through TikTok, YouTube, and all them other social media sites. Any way they can make money easy, they'll go after. People say, well, that's what you should do. You know what? That's the wrong way to do because you're never going to make money easy. There's no such thing as making money easy. You got to get up and get yourself out there. Now, I see if you're sick, you get disability, probably Social Security. That's different if you're sick and you can't do these things. But y'all scam them too. I heard one girl complain about how dare the government takes my food stamps from me. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Government can take anything they want from us. They can take anything they want from us. They cut them. Oh, now you got to get a job. Of course, if you're able-bodied and you have no dependent, you can fucking work. If you're not sick. This generation thinks everything easy, man. They just want everything thrown at them. Like, here, you can have this for free. Thank you. Like the women that wants men to pay for their meal and get their hair done and nails done. That I went through that through the 90s, but you know what? If you did that for a girl, the girls want to give you what you want. I had girls like, yo, I never paid for a damn thing for. I'll be honest with you, I never paid a goddamn thing for a female. But you know what? The respect I had for females back then, they would work their ass off to make their own money, drive their own car, they had their own house, even if they were single moms. You got single moms relying on government to take care of them in this generation. And you have the older generation, you have the younger generation of men, it's depending on scamming every fucking body for money to make money because they don't want to work. That's just facts. Let's get the facts out the fucking way. See, everybody's probably gonna jump on me and say I'm this and that. I don't give a fuck. You talk about my body, you talk about my hair, you talk about my partner. I don't give a fuck. Because it's not gonna matter when you know that y'all motherfucking young generation had nothing against the older generation. I mean, we had clubs, we had bars, we had fun. We didn't stay in the house all day. We rode our bikes around. We did some crazy shit because we didn't have cameras all over. We didn't have cameras all over the fucking place. On some real shit. We didn't have cameras in every single fucking block. We didn't have facial recognition. We didn't have none of that stuff. And even if you had a fingerprint, John, it was hard to find your face on the fingerprint, John. We didn't have to worry about all that cops coming down the street, driving up on us. Oh, we saw you on the camera. We didn't have that back then. We could do what we want and disappear. And the cops would never fucking know. And that's just I'm basically honest because cops that I know today even said that shit. Y'all got facial recognitions everywhere. The government don't trust y'all. They don't. They don't trust y'all with it. They don't trust y'all at all. They don't trust this generation at all, dog. This is why they're gonna put y'all in fucking concentration camps. They're gonna strip y'all down from everything, dog. And then y'all gonna be looking at the older generation. The older generation gonna be gone. We be dead and gone. We be at peace with ourselves. Y'all gonna be the ones walking up there doing free slave labor. We ain't gonna be doing that shit. We try to help y'all and protect y'all, but y'all don't want no protection. Y'all think y'all know every fucking thing, and y'all have been on this earth for like what? Two decades? A lot of y'all been around the earth around 2 decades, maybe 3, or maybe 1, and y'all think y'all know every fucking thing. Y'all don't know crap. Y'all still wet behind the fucking ears. Y'all still learning because y'all just y'all just got into politics. Y'all don't know about politics. You don't know nothing. Just because y'all read up on books all the time and all that kind of stuff, that don't mean you really know anything about the past. You only know what's going on today. Y'all don't know what happened in the 70s. You don't know what happened in the 60s. You don't know what happened in the 80s. You don't know what happened in the 90s. Because y'all wasn't, even though half of y'all don't even know what happened in the early 2000s. Because half of y'all wasn't even born. Talking bad about, oh, the 90s, look how they dress. Well, okay, look how they dress. So, have you ever, like the Michael Jordan, LeBron thing, oh, LeBron's better than Jordan. Like, y'all haven't seen Jordan play not one basketball game. But this is what kids do. They always try to make their generation better. I know my generation didn't do that because we didn't have to do that. Because we didn't have the consensuals like y'all have. We didn't have the resources like y'all have. Y'all have resources, but y'all resources are almost gone. Because y'all don't know how to take care of y'all resources. Y'all had things given to y'all for free, and y'all fucked that up. Y'all got food stamps, Medicaid, you had child care, you had health care, dentistry, yeah, everything for fucking almost for free. Y'all can go to college for free, and y'all fucked that all up. This generation fucked all that free shit up. That's why they're taking it. But all y'all want is to keep wanting and wanting and wanting and wanting. Then you gonna complain when y'all don't get it on social media. Because that's the only way y'all can complain. We didn't do all that. We couldn't complain on social media. We probably complain amongst each other. Or we go down to our council, we go down to City Hall, we complain to them. Or we write letters to complain about the shit that's going on in our city, in our state. See, y'all can go online and complain and complain and complain and complain. And I'm sitting up there like, God damn, these motherfucking young people sit here and complain about every fucking thing. Instead of doing something about it, y'all sit up here and complain. And then y'all want to sit there and talk bad about the older generation. Like the old generation did something to y'all. Just because we give our little 2 cents of what y'all should do, y'all don't want to listen. Oh, y'all old. I don't know what you talking about. I'm old. We look younger than you. And when I hated that dude, when he sat there and said that older guy looked like he was 65 years old. No, he fucking didn't look 65 years old. He looked young. I believe a lot of younger people don't like older people because we look good in certain ways. Like us older men look good in gray beards. You see these young generation of guys wearing gray beard. Why the hell do you have a gray beard for? You're only fucking 30 years old. I got gray. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to have gray hair because you're hearing women saying, I like guys with gray hair now. Now, the older generation has real gray hair They got it all up here. They got all down here. They got everywhere else. But now y'all copycatting us. I see guys put a whole bunch of dye in their face with gray hair just to compete with the older generation. Because you hear women say, oh my God, I love the older guys with the gray beards, trying to be us, trying to copy us, and then sit there and talk trash about us. Like wearing a hat backwards, like you don't wear, like we never wore the hat backwards. Like we never wore the hat sideways. Like we never wore our clothes a certain way. I remember one time I was watching this video. They were trying to clown this dude that's probably in his 50s, probably early 50s, of the clothes he was wearing. But they wouldn't even show the people that was making fun of him. Because I know the motherfuckers were having some nice tight ass clothes on. Women probably were wearing mismatched shit. I mean, and wearing tight clothes that don't fit them. Or wearing a whole ton of makeup. Like, come on, man. I'm sick. I've never thought I would get so pissed off a way this generation will sit up there and attack the older generation, knowing that you need the older generation because we're the ones that fucking running this fucking country. We're the ones that fucking is hoping that you don't have a nuclear war. You depending on us. We're not depending on you. We didn't elect a president that's 21 years old or 30 years old. We didn't elect a vice president. He's 37 years old, but whatever. But before then, Biden was older. Obama was older. Did we elect anybody that was young? No. Not a lot. Maybe a Congress and shit that sits in them seats. But we didn't vote a lot of young people in because we don't want y'all young people to be in office. Because y'all don't know how to run a fucking country. Even though we don't know how to run a country neither. But still, we run this country. Y'all should be very, very respectful of the older generation. Because we're protecting y'all from having a nuclear war. And y'all would never, ever, ever have an opportunity to enjoy any of whatever you try to enjoy here right now. That's crazy, man, hearing this shit. I didn't want to make a video like this, man. This is crazy. We should be supporting each other. The older generation and the new generation should be supporting each other. But we're trying to have this little conflict with each other. Like, it matters to us to be going back and forth with each other. Number one, the older generation shouldn't have to compete with the younger generation. We shouldn't have to. We already been there, done that. And we did pretty fucking damn good. A lot of these younger people don't even look. We look younger than the new. We look way better than this generation because we didn't have all that toxic shit. We didn't have a whole bunch of toxic food. We didn't have a whole bunch of steroids in our food. We didn't smoke a whole bunch. They smoke cigarettes like chimneys, but still, they still look good even though they smoke cigarettes like chimneys. Women and men and kids, but they still look good to this very day. I mean, I see the older generation, still exercising. I see the older generation still trying their best to be. I see more of the younger generation in the hospital than the older generation. Y'all had COVID. Y'all bitched through the whole fucking COVID. And we had way more viruses than y'all ever will have in y'all generations, in y'all lifetime. We had more viruses and more vaccines. But we wasn't afraid of the motherfucking virus. We wasn't around hiding from the virus. You know what I mean? And, dissing our families and trading on our families and keeping away from locking ourselves away from our daughters and sons. We didn't do that shit. And Obama made sure during the SARS epidemic, we had to go to work. Now everybody's talking, oh, what about happened to influenza? They went right back to work after influenza until the 29 stock market crash. They went right back to work. A lot of people were still working during the influenza. Today, that's why everything's so fucked up. Because this generation don't know nothing about nothing. They gotta go to Google all the time and Google every fucking thing. They gotta Google everything. An argument gotta be Googled. Debating, it gotta be Googled. Because a lot of them don't know what happened during my time or the time before that. Of your great-grandfathers or your great-grandmothers. Y'all don't know nothing what went on back then, dog. So you shouldn't have no reason to open your mouth about anything that happened at least 40 to 50 years ago. Y'all should keep y'all fucking mouth shut and worry about y'all own generation and hoping y'all generation don't be put out by a nuclear bomb, which they really think is going to fucking happen in World War III pretty soon. And y'all are going to be the ones involved. See, my generation's not going to care. We're going to sit back, relax, watch that shit go off, and we're just going to die in peace. Y'all going to be running around and shit. pressing buttons on y'all phone. Oh my God, it's a nuclear bomb dropping, and y'all gonna do FaceTime, and y'all gonna show the bomb blow, and y'all gonna be standing right in front of the bomb while the bomb blows up, but y'all make sure y'all take your last picture of the bomb. Y'all gotta be on FaceTime, or you gotta be on TikTok, or be on some. Well, you won't be able to be on the internet anyway because you won't be able to use the internet when it's a nuclear war. But like I said before, people today don't have nothing up here except just doing this and attacking the older generation. But you're not worried about your fucking stuff. If an older generation say that we didn't do this back then, why are y'all butthurt? Why are y'all butthurt when y'all hear, oh, well, we didn't do that back then? Because a lot of things that we had done, a lot of things that we didn't do back then, we didn't do that y'all do today. And we're just trying to tell y'all, listen, this is what we didn't do back then. You know what I mean? Y'all just need to watch yourselves because y'all gonna blah, blah, blah. Oh, how dare an old head talk like that to me? He old. What is old? What does old got to do with anything, man? So you think so you think your grandfather, your grandmother, or anybody that you know that's older don't know shit, and they're trying to teach you when y'all were young, but y'all didn't listen anyway. That's why y'all so mentally effed up right now because y'all don't know shit because y'all don't listen. Yeah, I'm talking to the 20-year-olds, the 19-year-olds, and even the 30-year-olds. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all think y'all know everything because y'all got cell phones. And y'all can go on Google and look up 3 things and believe that anything's on YouTube or anything on the internet. Because that's what y'all believe. Everything's on the internet. Y'all believe everything on the internet. You believe the internet's real. We know that shit ain't real. Because the internet came out, what, 2000? Around the 2000, like at least around the early 2000s? The internet's not even that fucking old. Cell phones are not even that old. But y'all think that y'all invented cell phones? Y'all did all these things for cell phones? Like what? This is the reason why that I can't. Every time I look at this, even my daughter, even though when my daughter was sitting there like, Dad, you old. I'm looking at her like, wow. Okay, I'm old. I'm proud to be old. I'm not trying to be young. I ain't trying to look young. I don't care about all that shit, man. I'm gonna die a proud man. You know what I mean? I lived the great times, probably the best decade of all fucking time is 1990. It's probably the greatest 89, probably from the early 80s, from 85 to 1996. It was probably the greatest decade of all time. 2 decades. And that's the fucking thing about it is, right? We had no worries, dog. We had no fucking worries. We got up in the morning, we went to school, couldn't wait for the weekend. Weekend come, we had fun. Then as we got older, as we became adults, we worked all week, couldn't wait till Saturday. Club all night, hotel, get yourself a biddy, whatever you did. A girl will get herself a nigga, and it'd be all night long. And females wasn't afraid to talk to guys, and guys was afraid to talk to females. Yeah, guys were flashy, but you know what? Women didn't give a fuck about that because we had some real fucking women back then, dog. And I'm not hating on these women today because there's some great women today, but I don't understand why is this generation so butthurt to sit there and just make fun of my generation of the things that like honestly we try to keep out of y'all fucking problems. But the only reason why we can't stay out of your problems because we're the ones that fucking run the country. We're the ones that are writing out them bills. You forgot about that. We're the ones that changing the laws. We're the mayors, we're the governors, we're the senators. Just remember that. Y'all want to be hating on us and talking bad about us. Just remember who's in charge of this country. It ain't y'all. Y'all never be in charge of this fucking country. You better hope that we hope that a rise after the nuclear war. We have a new rise of young people that can run the country. But right now, y'all can't do shit but sit there and talk bad about us. And we're the ones that's fucking putting out them bills like, we already put them bills out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, I don't think it's right what they're doing. But the thing is that you got to understand who runs this country. The older generation. So watch what you say about us. Because we're taking everything from you. Not us. I don't know what we are, but I know they are taking everything from y'all. Watch what you say, man, because y'all going to have nothing. And y'all gonna be sitting in the soup kitchen lines. Y'all gonna have you talk about begging on the internet. You're gonna be begging out in the fucking street. I'm off this thing, man. I'm pissed.